Hi yo, it's your hero Kuosh here, and today we're going to do a review about Dr. Stone chapter 163. I'm sorry that I didn't do a review about the last two chapters, but I have a lot going on, and making this review video is a lot of work. But now, since we're getting into a brand new arc, a WoW arc, I'm going to upload more regularly. So that's that, and I wanted to say rest in peace Chadwick Boseman, who is most well known for his role as T'Challa in the movie named Black Panther. He was a real superhero, not only on screen, but in real life, fighting with stage 4 or 3 colon cancer, just for the whole purpose to leave a legacy, inspire people, and make his life something that will make the life of others better. He wasn't only a great man, but he worked to make us better men also. What we remember from his role in Black Panther is that you should never let fear dictate the person you're going to be. You need to acknowledge fear, but don't let your fear decide for yourself. And from Chadwick, what I will remember is that everything is possible. You can always fight. You can always stand up, whatever the day, whatever your condition, to leave a legacy filled of love. His whole life was filled of love, and that's something I find really amazing about this person. So I'm really sad that he passed away, but at the same time it's bittersweet because all the message he was about, all of his legacy is going to be even more impactful now. So I send all my prayers to his family and friends and thanks him for being such a wonderful human being. Okay, so the chapter starts with Senku giving instruction to Kaseki and Ryusui about how to finish the aircraft carrier and the plane. It's interesting because I thought that Senku was out cold. Like I thought we would just see Luna, Yuzuhira, and Francois taking care of Senku, while Kwom was giving the instruction to both the crew on the boat and the crew who is going to do the infiltration mission on Dr.Xeno camp. So I was really taken aback by that. I thought that Senku wouldn't be able to give instruction in his state. But I guess we cannot stop a scientist from being a scientist, you know? So then we see Dr. Luna, the capable girl, getting her stethoscope ready to examine Senku. I thought it was pretty interesting because, like I said in my previous review, I didn't think we would see more medicine in Dr. Stone. Like, we would see it, but not go deeply into the details, even if I would love for you to go into the details. And they did. We see Luna connecting with Senku, how our first impression was the good one. And because, let's remember, Luna has a thing for really capable men and intelligent guy, which was the reason why she went to med school, because she wanted to find a guy who was really capable and intelligent. But also, I think she also likes nice people, you know, because the fact that she's falling for Senku so fast instead of Xeno is because Senku is good-hearted compared to Xeno. Xeno is kinda ruthless, you know, like he wanted to kill Senku out of the bat, whereas Senku just wanted to capture Xeno. So I really see that Luna has a good heart also, because she's attracted not only to people who are intelligent, but who use their intelligence for the good of others and who have a good soul. Then we see Luna using a stethoscope, saying that the lung of Senku is getting weaker because of blood flooding the lung. And Senku is just like, yeah, just take the swing and take it out, which is true. What Senku is suffering of is called a hemothorax. It's when your lung cavities are filled with blood, not from inside, but from the outer membrane of the lungs, who is called the pleura. It's true that when you get a pneumothorax, which means blood in the pleura, you need to drain it with a sewing, but it's not any kind of sewing. it's CH28 sewing, like the one you can see here. Also, it's interesting to know that she needs to get the blood out right now, because if you don't get the blood out right now, what could happen? The blood could coagulate, which means he could harden, and then you wouldn't be able to get the blood out, and Senku's life may be even more endangered. So I like the fact that they underlined the urgency of that context, that she had to take out the blood right now. Also, Senku is so calm about that. He's like, yeah, I got a bleeding, so if you can, you need to stop the bleeding. But like I just said, it's really hard to operate in the stone world because of bacterial infection, you know? Even if they could stop the bleeding, if he got a bacteria and he goes into sepsis, it's game over. End of the story. So I really wonder how they're going to find the cut and stop it. Perhaps they could use like a tool that's going to coagulate the blood vessel. So perhaps not cutting Senku open, but use something that's heat powered, and with the heat it's going to be able to coagulate the blood vessel. But I don't know how they're going to be able to do that blindly. They would need X-ray or something like that, so I really don't know. Perhaps that issue is being taken care of off screen, so we won't see it or we will not see it, but I would like to know how will they be able to stop the bleeding. Afterward, we just see Luna making a demand to Senku, because she is the only one that can really help him, and he knows that, and he's like, yeah, I know you're the enemy, but you're my only chance, so what's your demand? And Luna is like, fuck me please. Fight! No, she's not like fuck me please, but she's more like go out with me, because she's really in love deeply with Dr. Senku. Then we transition to Quom's side, where we see Tsukasa saying that it will be great to know the layout of the enemy base, because it's true, they will want to drill out and infiltrate in a positive place, in a place where they have the advantage, you know, not in their barracks, like the place where they all meet, because otherwise they would be dead, it would be game over. And so Taiju go ask some help to Carlos, and Carlos is like, bro, no, I'm your enemy, like, for real, why are you even asking? And Taiju's like, yeah, that's fair. I like Taiju because he's so optimist, but he's also realist, because he's like, yes, what you're saying is correct, you shouldn't help us, but I'm still asking, we never know. And there we receive a message from Luna that's saying she's in a couple with Senku, and so Carlos is just so sad because his dream woman just got engaged with somebody else. And like I predicted in my other video, since Carlos and Max always followed Luna, she is the reason why they stay conscious all these thousands of years in the stone form. So that's why if she's joining them, he's going to join them too, and so will Max. And so that's why it's interesting to see how quickly he turns side. But I think it's not only for Luna. He really likes Taiju, Senku, and all the others. He doesn't know Senku, but he likes them. Like the fact he drove for Taiju show that he's a nice person, like I think Max is, and we saw that Luna is really good-hearted, not like Stanley, or Xeno, you know, they're really ruthless people who will kill just because they can't kill, so they will kill. Whereas Carlos, Max, and Luna are more kind and good-hearted. And so he draws the layout of the base for Combs and everyone. And they're like, oh, thanks, you really did a good work. Your guys were reconnaissance for Carlos' help. And after, they're like, when we're going to infiltrate the base, Gen is going to help us. But Suika is like, but how will Gen be able to? Well, Suika, you should know Gen by now. Gen is the child. Gen is badass. He always found a way to be up to date. And he used the code, the Uesugi cipher. He used them thanks to a hearing receptor he hid in his sleeve. So he knows about it. He knows all the code that they're sending to Chrome and everything, and so he's still up to date. But we then see that Dr.Xeno invasion is ready. Last chapter we saw that he was building something thanks to the help of a builder, like who is the counterpart of Kaseki, but for the US. I don't know if we got the name of that dude with black glasses. And that's it for the Chrome spout. Then we see Luna simping about Senku, and she's like, yeah, Senku loves me, kinda. He should at least. He's not such a bad person that he would just say yes because his life is on the line. And then everybody is like, girl, you played yourself. He was married just for his objective and he got divorced. And Luna is just so shocked, like, what the fuck? For real? For real? She just understands that they're just a couple on paper, but they're fake. They're fake as fuck. But then everything got disturbed when they see an enemy coming. And we see everybody getting into fight mode, except Ginro. Ginro is more into I'm going to flee mode because a plane is coming to attack the boat. We see Wishu being so excited, like, oh, we were waiting for you, Stanley. We were waiting for you, Stanley. Just come. We're going to fight, because they finished their plane carrier and they repaired the plane that they got. And at the end of the chapter, I was really surprised. Once again, we see Ruisui going to pilot the plane, which I assume he will be doing, but he has behind him as a passenger Senku. And I'm like, dude, wasn't Senku at the door of death, you know? Wasn't Senku in need of medical attention? Well, like, wasn't they supposed to stop the bleeding in his lung? Did they stop it? Did they not stop it? Like, I will have no idea what happened. Perhaps it happened off screen, you know? But we still see that Senku got bags under his eye, so he still looks really tired. And then we see the plane going on and flying. So next chapter, we're going to see the war starting already. It's really great to see that it's not taking too much of a time. I thought we would see, you know, another big arc like Senku Penicillin arc for doing the drill, you know, the plane and everything. So I thought it would take at least 1 month or perhaps 2 months. But no, just 2-3 chapters and we are already in the war. So I bet that war is going to be really long. I wonder what Max's war is going to be. Perhaps just help to protect Luna. I know that Carlos is a good driver. He's going to be a traitor that's going to help Senku and everybody to take out Xeno. I hope he won't get killed. So I really need to see also a hand-to-hand fight, because Stanley got a lot of guns, but I wonder if he's able to use hand-to-hand combat or weapons and everything. Also that we could see him fight against Tsukasa or Yoga or Kohaku, you know. It's been quite a long time, well, not that long, since we had a real fighter showdown. So yeah, I'm really excited for the next chapter. My guess is that we're going to see both of the planes crash down, and then it's going to be an online fight, which both teams are going to bring out other inventions, because I believe they didn't just prepare the plane. I don't know why, but I think that Kaseki wouldn't just satisfy with a plane and a plane carrier, but I don't know. And I really can't wait to see the moment where Xeno is startled by Chrome's plan to use a drill and to just infiltrate his base from the ground. But at the same time, I'm kinda worried that Xeno knows that Chrome is coming, because such a big installation and a big plane, you should see it, especially if it's so close to your base. But I can get if you don't see it too, because it's still the stone world. You don't have all the best surveillance cameras and everything, and you don't have 1,000 men following you, so surveillance might be not the easiest thing to cover. That's it for chapter 163. I would like to see everyone getting ready, getting fight mode, all the results getting set in stone, and we're going to get another war arc that I hope is going to be even bigger and more awesome than the last stone war we got. So yeah, that's it for chapter of Dr. Stone 163. If you liked, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, share, and stay tuned for the next chapter and the next review. See you next time. Even though I'm not a pro, I'm still your hero, Kuroshio.